Hello, and thank you for listening to the Fillet podcast, the best skateboard podcast in the world. Today is Wednesday, October 19th, 2016. Hello, everyone. I am Andrew Ariano. The man to my right is Grant Fierro. The man to his right is Michael Medina. Folks, it's another big week in skateboarding. A lot of details is going on in the past week. Exactly a week ago today was the passing of Dylan Rieder. And it's amazing to me, and I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts about how the continuation of love and support and mourning for Dylan Rieder has gone on social media. Grant, your thoughts on that?
I think I really like it. I mean, it's great to see the posts and I think it just really shows how much Dylan affected tons of people, like countless people that didn't even know. Personally, which is just cool to see how much one person can affect so many others through skateboarding.
It's interesting to me because, in my personal opinion, he has more of a mourning support than any other skateboarder has passed in the past. And for instance, I'm talking about Shane Crosh, Harold Hunter, Keenan Milton, Louis Marnell, Jay Adams. Why do you think that Dylan Rieder has more posts about his passing a week removed from when he died than few, Mike?
Well, I think obviously it's because of the presence of social media in today's scene, as opposed to when Keenan died and when Shane Cross died and stuff like that. There wasn't an Instagram or a Twitter or any of these things for them to clog the feed with. It was word of mouth more than social media. You know what I mean? So I mean, okay. The fact I'm not saying that the support for Dylan is a bad thing in any way, shape, or form, because I think it's amazing, especially seeing it from dudes that you wouldn't necessarily expect.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is really dope, because it's like it's almost like, yeah, you may be a complete Hesher, completely different style life in every way from Dylan, how Dylan lived or whatever. You know what I mean? But I mean, if the respect and everything is there, then it's there. It's not, and it's genuine. You know what I mean?
You're sounding mighty stacky right now, Mike. If you want to do a quick refresh, we'll get you back in here. I can tell that we've had, sorry folks, we've had issues with Mike Stacks, and we don't know if it's a Wi-Fi issue, a network issue, or it's a hardware issue. In the meantime, while he gets back in here, Grant, let me let me ask you. Well, actually, let me comment first, since I was talking about the postings, and that is, I've been really enjoying that Rob Brink has been really encouraging on both Twitter and on Instagram that he's been posting every day about Dylan. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I've been following all the posts that Rob's posted.
You know, I commented, well, I also tweeted also at the same time that,
the frontside flip.
Dare I say that Dylan Rieder has a better frontside flip, I should say, better than Andrew Reynolds. What are your thoughts on that statement? Do you agree, disagree, or do you think I'm stupid?
I think I personally would rather watch Dylan do it. I don't know, even just that one that was at Street League that Rob posted the other day, I think is what made you really think of that, because that's when you tweeted that out. But that one at Street League, just though he pops them so high, and to do it down something, popping it that high is crazy. So I prefer Dylan's, but I mean, obviously not to take anything away from Mr. Reynolds.
Yeah, that's damn straight. Damn fucking straight. They don't call him a boss for no reason. But I stand by my stance. I don't want to seem like that I'm lukewarm here. I do stand by what I say as far as Dylan Rieder's frontside flips look better. But I think the boss man has taken it over more greater lengths than Mr. Rieder.
Yeah.
I guess I'll transition to the details, because there's been details released about his passing, a lot more than I thought that we would see just hours after his passing. And I wish Mike was here to coin in on this. But I guess we'll keep it moving, because I don't know if he's doing a restart or not. It's crazy that even in the details I'm saying is they told when he was first diagnosed with cancer, and the whole situation with the transfer of bone marrow from his sister, and that they did it twice. I learned about all this on I think it was People. And what's
Mhm.
interesting about this more than anything, I think, is that because Dylan is a public figure, and I think this is the only reason why this information was released, because no one else would really want to. As it's unfair for me to say, no one else. If someone else died from leukemia and he didn't have as much exposure, no one would really want that information as badly as Dylan Rieder. But I'll read what I took away from People or PeopleMagazine.com. In early 2014, Dylan Rieder told his friend, photographer, and director of Gravis, Mark Oblo, that he was really tired and had a lack of energy. But Oblo thought that this was just because he spent a whole summer doing a video. He was on a roll, and he says, man, you just need to freaking relax. But it wasn't until he had blood work done in July, mid-2014, that he learned that he was diagnosed with leukemia. In early March 2015, he received bone marrow transplant from his sister, and it improved his condition. And then he was in remission and began to regain his strength. And it seemed like that he was back to his normal self until November 2015, only 7 months after the doctors told Rieder that he was in remission, the cancer came back. And then a few months ago in April, he had a second transplant procedure. And then a month later, Dylan was again in remission. And then everyone thought he beat cancer twice. This guy's a fucking champ. He's more stronger than Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. And then weeks before his death, he had hung out with Ozzy Osbourne a few times over at the beach, and it's ultimately led to his death. What are your thoughts about that whole, I guess, the whole process of what he went through? That 2 years ago he was first diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah, I enjoyed reading about it. Like just to understand the whole situation better, because a lot of these details hadn't been released, obviously, and it was crazy that he had beaten cancer twice and that his sister was a part of it. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a heavy topic, and it's crazy that it just took just how much time this whole process took away from his life. And I don't know. I think it was maybe in that People Mag or a different one that I read article that said like all Dylan Rieder wanted was his life back. And I don't know. That was really sad and hard to read. But it's sick that he got to experience some cool things the last few weeks of his life. Go to that Sabbath concert, and that photo with Ozzy that Ozzy posted was super rad. That he was surrounded by some friends and family.
Yeah,
his last day.
Yeah, moments for his death. Yeah, he was surrounded by, I think it was like 50 friends and family.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That's wild. It's 2 years ago. 2 years.
Yeah.
Cancer is a true motherfucker. It is a bitch. And I know it's affected hundreds of thousands of people, and I know listeners to this podcast have been affected by cancer in one way, shape, or form. And cancer fucks people up, man.
Did you
Did
you see what they did over at Supreme? That whole like tribute they made for him?
Oh yeah, thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, that was cool. That nice little I don't know what you would call that thing. What do you I'm really fortunate.
Sure.
I haven't dealt with death much in my life, but I don't know if you want to call it a memorial. I don't know what you would call that, but yeah, they have like a nice wall. Yeah, is that a skate? That's at a skate shop, right? That's at Supreme.
Yeah, it's at Supreme
in New York.
No, it's not the one here in LA.
Okay. Yeah, real cool. Yeah, a bunch of boards laid out with a young photo of him, and I couldn't tell you countless accounts that I've run into that have changed into a Dylan Rieder avatar. And that's a popular one with him when he was a kid. Cute kid. You get lost in those big dark eyes. So again, so crazy to think that he's no longer with it. And I have to admit something. His death hasn't really hit me yet. And I don't know why that is. I think it's the absence because he hasn't been around as much in skateboarding. I feel like that's in some respects made it easier for me to deal with the morning of Dylan Rieder.
Did you see
I don't know. Is it still bothering? Is it still bothering you? Not that you're okay with it, but is it still bothering you his death, or have you coped with it?
I mean, it's obviously a little bit easier to handle a week later than the day it happens. But I love seeing the post. It's just crazy for me to think like what you're saying. It's been a little while since we've seen a lot of Dylan because he's been dealing with this illness. So the fact of like not seeing footage from him or anything like that isn't different. But just like when you think that like for all his friends and family and just the fact that like he's gone, like he's physically gone and has passed away. It's, I mean, I think it's always going to be pretty hard to think about that.
I'm obviously back in San Diego, but when I was in LA, I was filming Nick Dompierre. He was trying to do a tribute front foot impossible for Dylan Rieder over there at Lincoln Skate Park. Unfortunately, he can't do regular impossibles too well. I said, why don't you do a regular one? Because he's not known for the front foot. And he was spinning pretty cool. It kind of made me want to learn the front foot impossible, but sadly he didn't land it. Chris Jocelyn, I don't know if you caught his Instagram post, a tribute to Dylan, where he was just murking the park. I mean, regardless if it was for Dylan or not, whoever, yeah. It was really cool.
I didn't see that one.
Oh man, it was so rad.
I thought it was sick that Tony Hawk did one. Alfonso Rawls, that was tight.
What'd they do?
Impossibles, just flat ground impossible.
Oh, really? I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, Tony and Alfonso. I mean, a lot of other people.
I love it.
And then Atiba
you did
had
one
a super
too.
cool post. Also the day last Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah. Atiba posted the other day because that board wall we were talking about at Supreme is inside the shop, and then outside they had his Gravis part like projected playing. Well, for I think just on repeat. And Atiba posted like just sat here and watched Dylan's part like 6 times straight or something like that. Which is really cool because I mean, as a lot of people know, Dylan and Atiba were really close.
Yeah, really close. Didn't they live together at one time?
Yeah, I think it was at Atiba's house. Dylan was staying there for a while, and Sean Malto as well, which is why some of Malto's posts he had referred to Dylan as his roommate.
I guess we're gonna transition here without Mike. I'm trying to see if he's gonna come back here. Did you see that Leticia got on the Guinness World Record list?
Oh yeah, I did.
You know what she got nominated? You know what she got nominated for?
What was it, like most contest wins for a female in street skating or something like that? Super specific.
And specifically, most wins of the World Cup Skateboarding World Rankings. Street female. It is the most times to finish #1 in the World Cup Skateboarding World Ranking street discipline by a female skater is by 4.
It's a lot.
She won 4 times. Yeah. I mean, you got to get real detail with these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's a mouthful.
It's really interesting what achievements can be done in skateboarding as far as a Guinness World Record. And I don't know if you took the time to try and learn about some of these, because I did this morning. The world's largest skateboard is, of course, by Rob Dyrdek. You've seen it all over the place at the Fantasy Factory, and I'm sure he's had it on his ridiculousness show. I mean, if you ask me, that's pretty ridiculous.
Brought it to Street League.
Did he? The traveling, like the transporting alone, like how do you handle it? How do you do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
So the largest skateboard is done by Rob Dyrdek, and then the guy that helped him accomplish this, I saw him at Woodward riding down a grass hill with kids, and then
I've seen that.
Yeah, did you see when he rode it by himself?
Yeah.
He got bodied. Like he jumped. He had to jump off. He thought he could try and turn that. He thought he could turn that bitch by all his weight. Like I mean, at best, you're probably 200 pounds. The skateboard weighs what? Probably.
Yeah, I think
700 pounds. It has to weigh a lot of. I mean, I can't imagine. Like, how do you put the wheel in there? You know the bearings and all that. Like, God bless you. They must have used like some type of what do they call those things? Oh, I don't know. I was looking for like one of those Bobcat machines. I guess
Yeah.
those construction machines. Anyways, back to the list. Longest skateboard ramp jump is done by Danny Way in 2004. The most consecutive skateboard ollies is by Eric Carlin, Jimmy Carlin's cousin. Just kidding. I don't know if they're related. That is at
How many?
it is at 242 times in 2011. 242 times of consecutive ollies.
I feel like
And I don't-
anyone
and-
could beat that.
I feel like anyone could. And you know what? I think that after this podcast, I think we're going to see people break these records because I feel like
why
not a
is
lot of
that
people, not a
challenging?
lot of people know about trying to accomplish. Skateboarders don't think every day, oh, I got to beat a world record. No one thinks that. They're just like, I got to upload some on Instagram.
Yeah.
You may never know. Yeah, 242 ollies. And I don't know if there's I think that's I agree that number seems very small because if
That
you look at
doesn't seem that hard.
yeah, because if you look at the most consecutive kick flips on a skateboard, it's by Zach Carl, and that's 1,000. It's 1,500.
Oh,
Exactly.
That's a lot of kick.
1,546 to be precise, done in 2008.
That's a
So
lot.
if you look at the number of kick flips compared to ollies, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like 7 times. I feel like the ollie one, like it would just be boring. Like no one wants to do that.
Sure.
That many flat ground ollies.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of
This-
kick flips in a row.
The highest ollie goes to Adrian Garcia for 114.3 centimeters in 2011.
Does that have a inches next to it or what? Because I don't know centimeters.
No, that's
Bummer.
the standard is center, the metric system.
I know. America's dumb.
America, we stupid. The most skateboard ollie, it's like kilometers and miles. Like, what the fuck is a I was going 300 kilometers. Let me go and get my converter out here. You were going like 15 miles. No, dumbass, it's like 50. I don't know. I don't know kilometers at all either. The most skateboard ollies in 1 minute is by Gabriel Pena, and that is 72. 2013. The most nollie kick flips done in 1 minute is Rob Dyrdek at 22 times.
But that was just
2007.
taken out.
Huh?
Spencer Nuzzi just beat that.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't. He did,
Why?
but
What happened?
he did, but he didn't. He beat the record, but he didn't beat the Guinness Book World Records. You see, there's
Oh, 'cause, like, they
there's
were
a
there?
method.
You have to
Exactly.
have like a okay
Yes, you have to have an
a
official there.
representative or something. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and the proper word is a adjudicator. He did not. He didn't do it right. And I looked at there's a process on WikiHow. Yes, Spencer Nezi, if the timing is right, because it looks right to me, but you never know if shit's like could be like 0.1 sped up, and you know what I mean? Like they don't consider that
Yeah.
official. I think that there has to be an adjudicator right there to mark it down. But Spencer Nuzzi did beat it. And it's kind of borderline here because he did 25. No, he did 26, but the 26th one was kind of, it's questionable on the last one where it very ended on the last second. But regardless, if he did 25 and if the film's legit, which I'm not questioning that it is, I mean that it isn't. But for official standards to be in a world Guinness record, he beat it by 3 nollie flips.
Oh yeah, so he could just.
He just has to.
adjudicator.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so
They just.
random. That word.
Yeah, I looked into all this. Crazy, right?
But I wonder how you go about that. Like, is the like? I mean,
There's a step by
they're not
step
trying
on
to waste
WikiHow.
money,
There's
like
You said
sending out
what?
adjudicator. Like,
I think
Guinness or
that's a
whatever.
small fee. That's a small fee. I don't think they're like, oh, well, I'm a fucking
you
adjudicator.
have to
I gotta write pieces of paper, make sure that I see with my eyes that you did that shit. I mean,
yeah,
come
but
on,
I'm saying they still have to like, you still have to get an adjudicator to where you're doing your nollie flips. You know what I mean?
you obviously gotta get somebody. You can't just say, oh, I did it, and you submit. I mean, you can file an application, but if you want it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he beat it. But you see what's the interesting part is that, because I questioned that too. I was like, oh, I wonder if Spencer Nuzzi got moved on here. It says in the fine print on all of the records, all records listed on our website are current and up to date. So
Crazy.
Spencer Nuzzi, As of now, you beat Deerdeck, but you are not official. Just saying. Is he coming back? Is Mike not coming back?
I have no idea. He's not responding to your text message.
And
why you want to get somebody on here? It is a little different with two. What should we talk about? I want Mike to talk about his interview.
Yeah, I don't like that he's not. Okay. Well, I'm messing up the flow here a little bit. Jeff Raleigh departs fully 100% from Flip. He downgraded his position from being a writer and says, I'll work behind the scenes with the board brand. And then last week he says, no, I'm done. He says, and I quote, as most of you know, I am proud to have previously been a writer for Flip Skateboards for over 20 years. And almost a year ago to the day parted ways with the brand as a writer. Now, and isn't that interesting? Let me ask this question later. It says, now it has come time for me to part ways from director of Flip Skateboards due to the differences between the other owners of Flip and myself. I continue to have nothing but love for the team, past and present, and wish continued success for the team. My departure as director from Flip will allow me to utilize my fullest potential. Stay tuned, ... Now, isn't that weird that if you're going to depart yourself, like, why leave your position as a writer and just be a director? Usually if you're going to leave completely. Now, what do you think that is, Grant?
What do I think? Wait, what is your question?
The question is, why is he, most writers, when they leave as a team writer, they leave completely from the brand. Am I mistaken?
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't think you're mistaken at all. Honestly, I didn't realize that Jeff still had a position over there at all. Like if this, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. My understanding was he was already separated from Flip. So this Instagram post informed me that he
told us
actually
more than
was still. Yeah, I didn't realize he was still over there. And then not only was he's now separating. With the classic blank board post.
Yeah, it's almost,
and the whole stay tuned thing. He's got a plan.
I agree with you. I don't think anybody knew. So what's the point of even saying it? Oh, by the way, I'm leaving my unknown position that you didn't know about. It's really interesting. It tells us a lot. Funny. And also it says, it told us more. It says, skateboarders due to differences between the other owners. So he was an owner. So I'm guessing he sold all of his shares. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
He's out there, gonna do his own thing.
It sounds like he's washing his hands, and maybe like a year from now he'll say, "Oh yeah, I sold all my shares. I'm completely done with Flip." Maybe.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. What do I think he's gonna do?
Yes. What is he doing now? He says, "My departure of director of Flip will allow me to utilize my fullest potential." That says two things. It said that he was being hindered and restricted there.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously, if you're going to say that it's going to give you your full potential, then you feel like Flip wasn't allowing that. So, it makes it sound like it's going to either be his own company or a big part in maybe a newer brand. Because if you think back to Shane O'Neill when he left Skate Mental, like that, his caption and everything made it sound like he was leaving. Like he was going to start his own, because he said how he was going to like employ friends, etc. And he ended up just becoming a part owner of Primitive. So either Jeff, it sounds like Jeff's going to do his own company or become a part owner of another.
Yeah. What company do you think that is? You think he's going to do his own thing?
I don't have any guesses for a company.
You got no leads. You got nothing, huh? You're all dried up.
At the moment, I'm dry. Yeah, so maybe just his own thing.
All right. Well, we'll stay tuned because, like I say, time tells all.
It does.
The King of the Road teams were announced they call it the second season. It's a little weird to me that they call it.
That was funny.
That leaves a bad taste in the mouth. Second season, I'm like, so all the other ones that were previous to the
They were
to the
fake.
Vice deal was, they were just practice. I have to say, I don't like that it's weird to me growing up having 4 teams go against each other, just be 3. It's weird to me. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, with times of, hardship, because then you got to get another filmer, you got to pay more people. Ugh. They probably like the 3, but very interesting. No 4th team, no birdhouse, no 4-peat.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, hey, you did your 3.
Later.
We're gonna treat you like 0 and say, hey, thank you. We appreciate you. We'll catch you later, huh? Your thoughts? On any of it, on the teams that they announced?
Yeah, we should say the teams in case anyone hasn't seen it. It's Enjoy Skateboards, Creature Skateboards, and Death Wish.
Yeah, it's real cool to see that they got David Gravett for Creature, Kevin B. I don't know how to say his last name, Sean Conover, Chris Russell.
Sean Conover's crazy.
It's interesting. So Chris Russell, he's called the Muscle, and that's what his nickname is the Muscle, and that's what I was calling my boy Nick Dompierre. I was going through this list because I like to see, okay, he's in it. Okay, cool, he's in it. And then
Enzo, huh?
Yeah, and
yeah, I'm hyped to watch it.
Enzo's fucked up. But I'm really interested in reading all the AKAs, their nicknames, because back in the Baker days, I like to see like all the nicknames. Ellington was the Mule, Dust Dolan was the Spawn, Antoine Dixon was called Big Candy, Reynolds is the Boss. Come on, give me one more. Oh, Kevin Long is Spanky.
Yeah, I was gonna say Spanky.
Terra Candy is TK.
TK.
So it reminds me of all the Baker stuff, if you will. And I'm looking at Jamie Foy's, and this is called
the Big Pinch.
I don't like it. Big Boy Foy sound, it just rolls off the tongue way better. Big Pinch?
Yeah, but Big Pinch is tight. I think they're both good nicknames.
It's not. I think you would be a good Tiny. The tallest motherfucker in the room, like the mob days, and you call him Tiny.
Call Jamie that?
Yeah, call Jamie Tiny.
I'm surprised you're that against the Big Pinch.
The Big Pinch is no good. Like Ryan Ewing, Beagle. Sounds good. John Holland, he goes by J5.
Well, who do you think's gonna take
Louis
it?
Barletta. Louis Barletta goes by Sweet Lou.
Sweet Lou, that's sick.
Enzo goes. He goes by Benzo. Benzo. Taking after my boy Ice Cube, rolling in a Benzo. Yeah, love it. Zach Wallen. He goes by the Foreman. I think a lot of these are just fucking made up. I think.
Yeah, because they all need to have one for that little thing, right?
Yeah, I can't take it too seriously, but I have to. Like David Gravett goes by Baby Lamb. What is that? Is that a band name? Baby Lamb. Not a fan. But anyways, that's that. Yep. I look forward to that. Do you think that who do you think will be the verdict winner of these 3 teams? Let's speculate right now.
Death Wish.
Because of Big Boy Foy, huh?
Yeah, Jamie, Neen. Is Jake Hayes on it?
Oh, you know what? I just exited out. I don't think so.
Trip? Oh, okay. It's fine. Well, yeah, I don't know. Death Wish is stacked. I think they'll take it. But, I mean, Enjoy, dude, the fact that Enjoy has Enzo on that trip is crazy because Enzo has so much control over his skateboard. I saw him back in San Diego at a local park down there. And it was like, he's just one of those dudes that, like, he'll just try. Like, I feel like the tricks that he does, he just has so consistent. Like, he was just on his board the whole time, wasn't missing anything. You were there too, right, Drew, at PQ?
Oh, no, not the dreaded PQ Park. Yeah,
but were you there?
Yeah, of course I was there. I Snapchat the fuck out of him. I was that creepy snapper. I was like, that hard flip was stupid. His
hopes are,
even though he's not fully on. Well, maybe I guess this considers that he is fully on the team, right? No, that's not true because they had a flow guy in the last one.
On chocolate, yeah, Johnny Jones. They still haven't really introduced him.
Yeah. Oh, still no?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's still kind of like flowish
Maybe
in
he didn't
between.
make the cut. Maybe they're like, no.
Nah, he's still. I just saw the whole team that like a month ago skating, and he was with them. He's in their edits.
They ain't filming them. They're just trying to. Not Enzo is my favorite guy on Enjoy right now. Not officially on. He's my favorite guy right now. He's so fucking good. Can't. Oh, you know what's interesting though?
Stupid good.
I watched his transfer checkout part, and Alexis Ramirez used the same song that he used on his checkout.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
That's so weird.
He had 2 songs, I believe.
Who, Alexis?
I believe so, didn't he?
I'd be surprised because checkouts are usually kind of short.
Same song.
Yeah, that's weird.
Also interesting, our good friend Greg Lutzka, he took
our good friend.
Yeah, the guy
you
that
know
says
him?
the guy that says nice pic on videos on Instagram.
He's everyone's friend.
He's everybody's friend. Greg Lutzka, his last video part that he launched out, and I believe it was on. I want to say it was on Transworld, but I could be wrong. I forgot what video part that was. But he stole Alexis Ramirez checkout part song.
Oh, so it's been used 3 times now.
There's something about checkouts where y'all just want to steal people's shit. Did you see that Hillary Clinton made skateboarding news?
I saw like the little article, but I don't think I read it.
Hillary's best friend, her best friend Betsy, talks about
she
how
bombed
Hillary.
a hill. Someone bombed a hill.
She bombed the hill supposedly to go on a prom date. Prom date
Where's
says,
the footy? Where's the footy?
Where's the fucking right? we're just gonna start making shit up because Hillary's gonna wear a thrash hoodie. She's like, with the skateboard community, it's very detrimental. It's very important that we get this market, this demographic. We're gonna make up a story. Now I don't even know this bitch Betsy. She's saying she's like, we'll just hire some actor. We'll make up a story. Come on, you really think she bombed the fucking hill? Where's she from? She bombing no fucking hills. That's like saying
I
Trump.
have no idea, but that's funny.
That's like saying Trump ain't grabbing pussy. You know Trump's grabbing pussy, and you know Hillary ain't grabbing no hills. Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Trump. I mean, Trump's. Let me see where this lady's from.
Who, Hillary? Why does that?
Yeah.
I mean, you can find concrete most places, right?
Yeah, but I don't. Where's she from? Detroit? Where's she from?
You're supposed to be.
I'm actually looking up Hillary Clinton right now.
So, do you believe she bombed the hill?
Do you?
I don't think so. No.
You think it's possible?
I guess it's possible, but I mean, if in one sense, it's like, what do they get out of
Illinois?
Maybe.
I
mean, I guess unless their plan was to make this up and to get young skateboarders to vote for Hillary.
Yeah.
I don't know why else they would make it up. I don't know.
Would you be hyped knowing that at one point in time, one of the candidates that could be the president of the United States at one time bombed the hill? Would you be hyped on that?
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, I gotta say, I'd be pretty hyped too. Hillary, you're a fucking genius, bitch. You know, I want you to bomb that hill, but I don't believe it. Where's the footy? That's what I'll say. Next topic. Our good friend Thiago Lemos. Yeah, what happened?
She deleted it like the emails.
Yeah, Grant just snuck in with a funny little slide. I like that.
Yeah, I just had to say it. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think about the whole politics thing, but
yeah. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. That was good. Thiago Lemos got a signature colorway for, as Angie Shanley would say, the plaza. It's called the plaza. Have you seen this colorway?
Yeah, it's what, navy blue and brown, correct? A little bit of red in there, maybe.
You know, I gotta admit, yeah, that's you hit the colorway right on point. I gotta admit, I've always been a sucker for brown kicks, brown pants.
What? No.
Some
I was watching. What about in your top 5 skate shoes? You were like you were not hyped on your brown Reynolds.
I was not hyped on the brown Reynolds because they were all brown.
Oh, okay.
Like all brown, like brown on brown on brown. Compared to some of the other shoes, like the black and white ones, those were ideal. Those were iconic. With the little red stripe, those were also fresh. Some white ones I seen that they look like it was like the Janowski back then. Sexy ass fucking shoe, the rounds threes. Everyone talked about it.
Reynolds.
Yeah, but you know, I probably would have been hyped on them, but you know who got me turned off of Brown is Marquise. He's talked so much shit about Brown. He's like, you look like you're wearing shit on yourself. Like you got shitted on. To me, one of the most freshest dressed motherfuckers ever. Dope hairline, presented himself real well, everything. The jewelry was Bernie Mac. Do you remember him? Were you alive when Bernie Mac was around? Oh, that's
I don't know. When did he pass away? I don't know much about him.
2008 or 9.
Oh, yes, I was alive in 2009, Drew.
Yeah, but you still don't know who the fuck he is. So how credible? You might as well been dead. You might as well still been up in your mom's pussy. Like, how dare you disrespect me for not knowing Bernie fucking Mac?
You're so stupid.
Thiago Lemos, fucking dope colorway. I want to get it. Maybe I'll talk to Chris Ray. Chris Ray, hook me up. Hook me up. What do you want?
Do you think that shoe looks pretty similar to the Mikey Taylor? Have you noticed that?
It could be. Interesting. You know, I haven't made that correlation. In my opinion, I think it looks more of it looks like a mixture between Wes Kramer 2 shoe and the Josh Kalis.
Okay, I see the Kalis one, but like, how does that look anything like the Wes?
The brown part.
That's just the color.
I know, but just you know, have you ever seen the?
Oh, is it the shape?
I don't know. You're making me second guess myself. Do I got to check out the shoe again?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Well, Tiago's part premieres tonight or tomorrow. Well, we're at this. I think tomorrow. This week it drops on Friday.
That's not tomorrow. Tomorrow's
Thrasher.
Thursday.
No, I know, but it premieres either tonight or tomorrow. I don't remember. I think tonight in Long Beach, and then it comes out on Thrasher on Friday.
Yeah. Brian Anderson broke news. You said that he wrote for he now rides for Antihero. It's official. It's not that he's just a fan of the boards. He's right. He's on the team. He's on the 1-8.
Yes, sir.
You think he fits well on the team?
Oh yeah, Brian's a legend. Legends fit good on Antihero.
You tell me that's where legends go.
Oh, not all of them, but yeah. Why does he not fit good on Antihero?
I don't see him as a. When I think Antihero, I think of the Bulls.
I think BA could skate it all.
I'm not saying that he can't, but I don't know what I'm saying.
You're not sure anymore?
I guess he does.
Well, did you see? I haven't read the whole interview yet.
I have.
Because I don't have time.
I have.
Okay, yeah, but all I saw was the 3D part.
Yeah, Brian Anderson. He also talked about all his sponsors with Kevin Wilkins for the Good Problem. Great. Oh man, it was a great. Yeah, you should read it all. He talks about everything in there. Every sponsor. He talked about how he got on Toy Machine, how he left Toy Machine, how he left. Yeah, it's all about his sponsors.
That's sick.
It's a great read. It's a shame you only read part of it, but I mean, I can imagine.
I had school all day.
Yeah, fit him. Yeah, you should fit him some Brian Anderson in your life.
I will. I would love to fit that interview into my life.
I like how he talked about Ed Templeton. He felt sick to his stomach. He wanted to throw up. He was so nervous telling Ed that he was going to leave for girl.
To quit? Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. And then it was even worse when he was like, "Fuck, I gotta leave, girl, because I want to do my own thing."
Yeah.
He felt absolutely sick to his stomach. I think he threw up.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so.
Crazy.
And then one of the things that Mike told him, and Mike Carroll wanted to make sure, he's like, all right.
Oh, 4-star?
Yeah, he said you're gonna stay on 4-star. You're gonna stay on 4-star, right? He said, yeah, totally down for 4-star. Amazing, because he's doing good. Yeah, 4-star for life, but not so much no more. I don't know. They don't have a team page anymore. What the fuck is that about?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, yeah, he's
Yeah, Nike. I mean, yeah, duh. It's always interesting when you see when you hear about what Theodis went through. Like, it's obviously of interest that you're gonna want to ride for the apparel brand. It's obviously of interest. Same thing happened to Nick Dompierre. He was on Volcom in DC, but no, I'm sorry. He was on Volcom and audio, and as he's making his transition in DC, they said, well, we want you to ride for both shoes and apparel, or no deal. He said, well, fuck, I gotta. And it sucked because he really likes Stan Volcom. But let's stick to Brian Anderson real quick, okay? Let's go back on topic. So Brian Anderson, as he's as he's leaving, Mike Carroll says, are you going to take any of our guys? And Brian said, no, absolutely not. No, I would never do that. And then Alex Olsen comes into play. And then Mike Carroll's like, what the fuck? What is this? And then Brian's like, well, what am I supposed to do? He's my friend. Like, he no longer wants to ride for Girl. He wants to ride for us. And I'm sorry. He felt so bad. He's like, is there anybody else? Tell me now. He's like, no, I promise. And then there ended up not being anybody else.
But Alex didn't even really stay on 3D.
Did you hear why he left 3D? Because they talked about in the interview.
Oh, I haven't read this interview, but in the past I just heard that Alex decided that, like, he said he'd be on 3D and then decided he wanted to do his own thing too and then left.
Well, I guess Brian was saying that the graphics and some of the fonts were too skate mentally, and Alex was not down for that.
Really?
And that was his reasoning that he gave Brian Anderson. Says, I'm sorry, I can't do it. They were too skate mentally.
Well, I mean, if you think back a little bit, skate mental used to be through Krail Tap. So there's already a relation there.
Mm-hmm. Good read, good interview. I appreciate Brian sharing all that. But then it answered the question what we all wanted to know and hear about, because he was always quiet about what happened with 3D. You know, they just deleted the account. You know, it was like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, we all knew it was going. It was going under when you start saying, okay, well, where's the 3D mentions in the description? Where's the sponsors? And you hear nothing about it. And then Brian says he was just fucking over it. Says he was calling Brad from New York saying, I can't. And I feel like his relationship had something to do with that, because I feel like him and his boyfriend Andrew are comfortable there in New York. I don't know if Andrew has like a career job. I don't know. I'm only speculating here, but he said that he wanted to stay in New York and he had to keep going to the fucking airport to deal with, you know, the business part. And I was involved in business in a very small manner, but I feel like a lot of people don't know and realize like the headaches that you gotta. Yeah, being an owner is cool. You're your own fucking boss, but there's still work involved. Your boss, the people you answer to, may not be people that are employed or over you, but it's your customers.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're always answering or working for somebody. It's fucked. So he said, no, it's fucked for me. I mean, Jim must like being stressed the fuck out all the time, because I couldn't do it. But whatever. Barrett must love that shit too, eating that shit up, eating bowls of stress, gray hairs, heart attacks. They must just hey, you know, I fucking toss inside. Oh, don't double charge me for it. No. Little Dicky.
That's the best.
Brian said, and he goes over to Brad Stabb, and Brad says, do you still want to do this? He says, no, fuck no. I'm fucking over it. No, peace. Fuck 3D. Fuck you. Fuck everybody. And then Brad Stabb offered him, hey, you know, you can ride some skate mode. He's like, I'm good. I've been dealing with you a little bit too much, Brad. You've been stressing me the fuck out too. I'm a little irritated by you. We need a little bit of distance. We need a little space. And then the 1.8 came through, man. He's happy, so I'm happy. That's cool. They all took a trip to New York, and they're hanging out. It's a gay old time. I wonder who else wanted Brian Anderson. Who do you think else wanted Brian Anderson? You think Tour Machine?
Yeah,
you
that'd
think?
be crazy if Tour Machine got him back.
Yeah, if he went back.
I bet Staba would have been psyched if BA was down to get on mental.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
agree.
not that Skate Metal is a good team, but I don't know. Losing Shane, that's a while back. I understand that, but like they lost their biggest name. It probably would have helped them as a brand or just. I mean, you can always use a little extra push, right? So adding a legend to the team always does that.
That would have been a good one. Do you think he would have fit with Trevor and the rest of the guys on Skate Metal?
I don't know. I don't really know the relationship. I know BA and Trevor were both on. We're both in Chronicles 3, and we're traveling together there. So I don't know how good of friends they became from that, but yeah, I don't know. Everyone else, yeah, he'd be a good amount older than everyone else on Skate Metal.
Toy Machine would have been a good one. Speaking of Toy Machine, did you see that they released some long lost tour footage from Welcome to Hell?
I haven't. I've not seen that yet, but I know Jenkum has.
Good fucking shit. Slap yourself in the face. Have you seen Welcome to Hell?
Yes, I have.
Oh yeah? Who had last part?
Drew did.
Who?
I said you did.
I had last part in Welcome to Hell. Who had last part? You don't fucking know, huh? You're a fucking asshole. You didn't watch Welcome to Hell.
You're dumb. We go through this all the time. You don't trust me. You just gotta trust it.
You can't answer the fucking question. You're just you do know you're gonna give fuck posts in the comments for this. Fucking idiot. Actually, who did have last part? Was it Jamie Thomas?
Wasn't it Jamie? That's what I thought. Isn't it Jamie?
Yeah, I believe it is Jamie Thomas.
Okay, cool.
If not, they fucking blew it. Jamie Thomas edited the whole thing. He was in charge of the whole thing, except he didn't name it, and he didn't do the cover for he didn't do the box art for the VHS.
Wait, so is the new footage? Is that from Jenkum? Did they release that?
I believe so.
Okay, because I know they're having Welcome to Hell Week or something.
I feel confident saying that Jenkum did that. Thank you for telling me that. Yeah, I like to give credit for the sources that produce and give us this content we were able to talk about. So they're giving us material to talk. Yeah, it was Jenkum. It was cool to see Jamie do the shit that he does. Skate in Vegas. It looks like it was Vegas. If it's not, I don't know what the fuck. He does this 50-50 grind down around, and then the manual on flat into the street. I like that. Smith grinds, all fucking sexy. It's just real cool to see. At one point, I think Jamie sacks it or he gets hurt or something. He says, "Fuck," really loud, and I just started laughing for no apparent reason. I was like, it's funny. It's funny just to see young Jamie, just cursing like his younger voice, and I'm like, oh, he used to be so young and angry, and it's interesting when you see. When I was younger, I would act just like that, just like I'll interject and say "fuck" and not even make a big deal about it, just yell about it and say "fuck" and then you go back, because now if you get hurt, you're like "fuck," and you're like, dude, I need like 10, I need 30, dude, I just need like 2 weeks. Don't bother me. Don't hit me up. It's interesting the transition. Ed Templeton did a Jenkum interview. Did you see what he said?
No, I haven't got to any of that yet.
Oh, Grant's just continuing to fuck up on the fuck up ladder, man. Let me tell you, because that's how I found out about this. Because I'll admit that Welcome to Hell was not one of my videos growing up in life. I grew up with Short Easy, all right. You guys don't know, fucking care, because the topic is at Templeton. He says this, and I feel like it's so true, and it says a lot about the state of skateboarding. Skateboard companies in particular, but I feel like the whole industry is experiencing this. He says, quote, "I feel like every company right now is almost a garage operation. We don't have the money. I feel like there's been an adjustment." Huh? What?
Saw that quote, the garage operation.
Yeah, I feel like that there's been. Did you see the quote or did you just see the headline?
Well, the quote was in the headline.
It's still bad. You're the percent of people that scare me in the world that they say that.
I'm gonna get to it. I was busy all day. A lot of this stuff is new. It's from today. I'm as caught up as possible. I got topics.
I continue. I feel like there's been an adjustment happening. It's kind of more like surfing. The surfers, they have a bro that shapes boards for them. but that's not their thing. The thing is that their clothing sponsor or shoe sponsor, or whatever, there's that's where the big money is.
Yeah, he's
It's
right.
it's
In the
scary to
switching part.
see. It's scary to see where because I've heard rumors about companies, and I hate the name drop, but I heard Mafia is a garage operation now. I don't know if you've heard that.
Yeah, I have.
It
I don't know if it's completely accurate, but I've heard the
Yeah.
same thing.
It's a very interesting thing when you hear rumors about garage operations where a lot of board. I mean, it looks like, and I don't know if you want to consider Weekend a garage operation. I mean, it is to an extent, but it looks like that they have. Well, I guess it is. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have racks and like inventory or whatnot. A garage is a garage, but is that really a bad thing if you're trying to save money? But I guess it goes to show like where if you think about
Talking about where the money is, right? That's the point of what he's saying.
Yeah, I guess that is the point that I'm trying to
Which
get
is
to.
true. I mean, the pros are getting their money from the shoe companies, right? Their big money.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is how Mikey Alfred talked about it when he was on Weekend Buzz a couple months back, or however long that was, about how skateboards have pretty much stayed the same price forever. They've always been around $50.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about, just because of like inflation and how everything else goes up in price. Look at skate shoes; they're more now than they ever were. I mean, you can also say that they're putting more money into making them if there's more technology and everything, but skateboards have stayed the same price.
Do you feel like that's do you feel like that's an issue?
It could be. I don't know. I mean, I think you'd have to know all the numbers that the companies are putting in to get the design to get the products made and shipped and all that stuff, to know really like what the margin is, and see if is the margin, how similar is it to how it has always been. But I mean, either way, shoe companies are bigger now in skateboarding than ever. But also, this is another thing, is a skate shoe brand. You look at Nike SB. Skateboarders and non-skateboarders are going to buy those shoes. If you look at a board company, it's a much more limited market, because it's only someone that's going to ride the skateboard. Everyone needs shoes.
Yeah.
So there's just, I mean, it would make sense that there's not as much money in that.
More opportunity with the shoe brands and apparel brands rather than, well, although apparel brands are tough. I hear everybody say that. It's everybody has a fucking apparel brand. It got so bad where people were signing up to go some of these Amslam contests under soft goods. They're just saying, nah, you can't do it no more. So what if you're sponsored by a fucking hat company? Suck my dick. Where's the boards? Where's the wheels? Where's the trucks?
Well, yeah, but if you even look at like what we're talking about with Nike, how they're pretty much they're putting this money at the riders that they're going to leave their apparel sponsors just to be all Nike.
But Nike's a totally different animal. I mean, they don't even Nike. I believe it was Barra that told me this. That Nike doesn't spend. They cut back a huge amount on advertising because they can. Other brands can't do that. Nike's a wholly different monster.
Yeah, but it's still affecting the other apparel brands.
Oh yeah, of course. If that's the point you're making, then yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that
sorry about
it's harder on the other apparel brands when they're losing all these big names. Like Altamont losing Theotis, 4-Star losing Malto, Shane, Costin. Yeah. Now they don't have a team page.
Yeah. Yeah. I also learned they told the story, and because I was listening to it while I was over there at Walmart. Did you hear about the story how Chad Muska got kicked off of Toy Machine? Do you know that story?
I don't.
Dude, I wish Mike was here. It was fucking crazy. I never heard of this story.
Yeah, Mike would love it. It's the Muska.
Originally, the Muska had the last part of the video. So they're at the premiere. Welcome to Hell premiere. And they're getting all the shit set up for their premiere. I don't know where this is at. but they're getting it set up and the computer crashes, or the DVD fucks up. They can't get it to play. And they're like an hour late trying to get this thing going. So there's just crowds of kids everywhere.
Yeah.
And then
Chaos.
the guys, the guys in the team, they're mingling around. They're doing their own thing, and Muska's only getting more and more drunk. So Muska goes up to Templeton. And he starts talking shit to him like it's his fault. Say, you mother, and like every 10 minutes, Ed's getting a call trying to, resolve the situation. He's like, yeah, what's up, Todd? Yeah, what's up, Jeff? Trying to get the premiere going intact. And then as they're an hour deep, he's like, fuck it, dude. There's no premiere. Like, it sucks.
Yeah.
So Muska, drunk as shit, starts talking shit to the fucking Templeton. So you mother, he wasn't very specific, but it's like along the lines of like, you motherfucker, you fucking old trash, you fucking bitch. It's all your
keep
fault.
Going at it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's doing this publicly in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Team writers and kids alike.
And then he
Templeton says, he's getting pushed. He's like, dude, like, there's some pride involved. He says, like, I got to stand my ground. And he fires him. He says, you're fucking done. Fucking. He said I was rolling around with his little ghetto blaster and some fucking bruises.
I'm sure he was. Yeah. The ghetto blaster. It's legendary.
To be fair, the interviewer, I think his name's Ian Jankum. I want to say his name's Ian. Could be wrong. He asked Ed, so we don't tarnish his name, that does he feel like the Muska grew up out of that? And he obviously had to. If he did, he wouldn't have much of a career after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, good listen, dude. Listen to that. They're doing it right over there, Jankum. They're doing it right.
Oh yeah, they great content. Their interviews are always good. Just so
yeah.
What was Templeton like? Does he say he still talks to Chad at all, or what?
No, he didn't say too much about that. No, but yeah. See that stuff. That's a beautiful thing about not knowing anything. But it also hurts not knowing anything because you can't ask these type of questions, because it's like rumors that you hear all the time, and that's rumors that the older guys knew, or shit that I didn't grow up on, to even put themselves in a position where they could ask Ed all these questions. Because Ed and Chad, they all know this information. They just need someone to ask it.
They just need to leak it, yeah.
Yeah. So no, he didn't. Unfortunately, he didn't ask that question. Essentially, I'm saying I wish I asked Ed that question, because I was thinking that too. Like, what's the relationship now? It's probably it's probably cordial at best. I mean, you don't see him a lot. I mean, but then again, Chad's like a Sasquatch. You rarely see the guy, and when you do, you're so fucking starstruck. You're like, dude, where have you been? Yeah. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
It's the fucking Musket. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's funny.
It bums me out so much to know that Michael Medina is not here to talk about this, and that is in an interview that Michael Medina did for Deluxe, and this is a question I want to ask him. Why did he do? I mean, it's great that it was just exclusive for Deluxe, but I didn't see it anywhere on the United Skateboarding site. So I wanted to ask him about that. Why is that? But that is Kyle Walker, what he alluded to last week, and I thought it was bigger news than this, but it's still good news, that Kyle Walker is to drop another video part before the end of the year.
Yeah, more footage for Vans.
More footage.
Yeah. And
put himself in a better position to be Skater of the Year.
Skater of the Year. Yeah, that's all the talk. Sody talks began.
Yeah, it's not only Sody talk. It's like Kyle's like he's the talk of the town.
Yeah, he's on one.
How could you not? I mean, even if you live under a rock, like Kyle Walker's frontside flipping over your rock, you're gonna know who he is. And you cannot deny the shit that he's done. It's so Reynolds-esque. You see a lot of inspiration from Reynolds within Kyle Walker, in my opinion, with the frontside flips. And the fucking the board helps too.
Oh, the My Favorite Skater board.
Mm-hmm.
I like the front flip over that rail into that steep bank. That one is crazy in Surveillance.
Yeah.
So sick. So are we gonna watching that Sody talk right now, or are we gonna have to put? Are we gonna wait?
I feel like we've had Sody talk. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what other people drop out. It's still October.
We still got
a few more months.
We're getting there.
Still got a few more months. We got, and that's just shit that we know of. You know, I mean, there's shit from other contenders.
Have you seen
Big Boy Foy is, in my opinion, in big discussion. Has there been an amateur skateboarder who has won Skate of the Year? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it'd be sick though, and someone should. If you're gonna talk about AMs, you can talk about Jamie and Zion, pretty much.
And Deshaun.
And yeah, Deshaun had a big year.
Don't fucking forget about Deshaun fucking Jordan.
Did you see Evan Smith's new Thrasher cover?
Oh yeah.
That kickflip over that rail to backside wall ride?
Yeah.
That is stupid.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that footage.
That's gonna look real nice. Shane O'Neill joins Villager Goods.
Yeah. I was actually
he said, see you later, Masa. I'm fucking gone. I'm over drinking this shitty shit too, motherfuckers. Fuck the M. Give me a V. A VG, baby. I'm down with that Villager. And he said he drinks. I don't know if he just said that. I drink coconut water every day. Maybe that's what they do in Australia. I love coconut fucking water. I've been trying to bug Mikey to tell me, Mikey Taylor, when's it coming out? He said it's coming out soon. He'll let me know. I hope so, Mikey. I hope you're listening. I hope someone bothers him. Could someone call him and text him right now? I have his number, but I don't like being a banter. But you know, maybe I should. I want the VG. I'm very hyped on tasting this stuff. I like Zicco. I like Zicco. I drink Zecco right now. Zicco coconut water, and I also drink the. How dare I forget the other brand? What is that brand's name? Oh,
isn't it like a water drop or something?
Oh, no.
One or something. It's like I don't know. I don't know a lot about it, but I've seen Zicco.
Oh, you don't drink coconut water?
No, but I'd like to try some.
I like the all natural. I like the all natural ones personally, but I'm
you like the flavor?
I'm not a big chocolate guy myself, but I'll give it a little taste test.
Yeah, I'm down.
And the vanilla's okay too. I'm the same with my almond milk. I like original.
I go almond milk. Almond milk. I just go normal.
Yeah, I go normal.
I
go normal. But I'll taste test.
Yeah.
I look very forward to it.
I'm
dying to try it. You know, this is a name you don't hear about a lot often, because frankly, we haven't seen a lot of this guy, and you almost forget that he exists until like video projects come out for Girl, and that is I'm talking about Rick McCrank. He talked about not having much of a part in Pretty Sweet in the Bunt podcast.
I saw that.
Oh, did you check it out? Did you read it?
Yeah. I thought it was a bummer. Just that.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk to us about it.
It sucks that that all you gotta get was one clip in the whole video, and how bummed he was. I mean, it's sad to hear because obviously Rick's a little bit older now, and that would have been sick for him at that age to have a full part in that video. So not only from his point of view is that a bummer, and from the skateboarder that's watching the video, that's a bummer. But I thought it was definitely interesting that he shared those thoughts, especially I felt like if we were to hear anything about it, we kind of already would have, because that video has been out for 4 years. But I'm hyped that he did speak about it, just because I thought it was interesting. Like, you know, what is the story? Why is there only one clip in this video that they worked on for so long?
Yeah, but it's an interesting perspective, and more of an interesting situation more than anything is that he had 2 ankle surgeries, and that was the reason why he didn't film that much.
Yeah.
He says that he thought he was going to have 2 tricks and maybe have 2 or maybe 3 tricks and a line.
Yeah. So where are the other ones?
Yeah, you see, that's really interesting. Where is it? And even though, so if you had more clips than you thought, I mean, is that really gonna? I mean, I'd like to see it personally. I would like to see it because he had second to last part in his last girl video. The last girl video, yeah, right. Very fucking powerful part. He switched Holly to double set that was fucking fat.
Yeah.
One of the rails that Niger skates where he gets absolutely bodied on, Rick McCrank did a 50-50 on. I forgot what fucking Niger did. What was it 5-0, back 5-0, back 50? I forgot what he did. I really damn, he got absolutely bodied though.
I always remember the crook slam that Niger took.
Okay, that's it. That's he did 50-50 on that in 2003. Okay. Well, probably earlier, maybe year 2000. So
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
that spot.
crazy. That real gnarly.
It's really cool. Every time I look about it, I think about the McCranker. It was the last trick. 50-50 that shit in a line.
That's rad.
So he says that he was it bummed him out, and he says like as soon as the credits ended, he just went to his hotel in LA and was just like he actually cried.
Yeah.
He shed a tear. It was so sad that he didn't have a video part, And then like he didn't talk to anybody about it. So isn't that weird? Like I wonder if he ever talked to Rick or anybody about that, and they find out about it this way. I wonder if they'll call him and say, "Hey, I'm sorry," or talk to some of the editors or something like that.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. That's interesting.
He said he was so sad he'd rather have not had a part at all. Like no tricks, not even have his name mentioned in it or anything. So it makes me wonder, like, it's been a few years since Pretty Sweet. Why not release something now?
Yeah.
I mean, give us something. Maybe he did. I don't follow him on Instagram. I will after this. I'll do it right now. McCrank, and I'll never forget my friend Robert. Oh, I can't believe I can't remember his last name. My friend Daniel Castaneda's cousin Robert said that who's the most underrated skateboarder of all time? And I'm like naming names that I feel like are underrated. And he said Rick McCrank, and it couldn't be more true. There's no other skateboarder more underrated than Rick McCrank. 1,000%. 1,000%. Yeah, and Pretty Sweet. If you guys want to check out his one clip, it's the duration of 41 minutes and 40 seconds. The 50-50 grind down a curved hubba.
White hubba, yeah.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised that I was something about his legs because he was pointing at his hand like that's the not that was like the disclaimer, like that was the reason like my hand's fucked up. I can't film it. Yeah, my wrist is fucked up. I always thought it was about his wrist.
Interesting.
Tell me you saw the Super Snake.
Yeah, I did watch that actually.
So fucking sick.
Wait, you
so many levels. So many levels is it fucking sick. Did you watch the full video? Did you watch the full video or just the action shit?
Well, the whole 20-minute.
22 minutes, good.
It's
a Mountain Dew. It's a Mountain Dew edit. I encourage everyone listening right now. I would encourage you to stop, but I don't feel like you'd come back. So watch it after the podcast. Actually, I should have mentioned this. Go ahead and watch it now and come back. Because there's still a few more topics we want to talk about. The Super Snake is a culmination. It's a project. It's a project, and this is why I think it's amazing. It's a project with skateboarders and snowboarders in the mountains of the snow. The reason I think that this is really cool is that I like the concept of the project. It looks like it was in no way, and I wrote this on their video on the comment section on YouTube. It looked like that there was no way easy on both in theory and to execute.
Yeah.
And how crazy was it for the guy to pitch the concept to both the skateboarders and Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Hey, I got this idea. We'll call the fucking CEO Jeff. Hey Jeff, or the creative director. Hey Jeff, I got this cool idea. How about we get skateboarders and snowboarders in the mountains? What you think? What you think, Jeff? And Jeff's like, you're fucking stupid, bro. But I like it. I fucking like it, bro. Here's $50,000. Good fucking luck, asshole. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate you. Suck a dick. And then goes and talks to the skateboarder. That aside of my jokes aside, all jokes aside right now, I think it is very admirable to have all the riders, skateboarders in particular, because snowboarders, they're in their environment, they're in their element.
Yeah, they're still in the snow.
Danny Davis, Jeremy Jones, and Scotty Legault. They're all pro snowboarders. If they're not, then they're very fucking good amateurs. I don't follow snowboarding.
No, I've heard of those dudes. They're pros.
Sean Malto, what they call him, Cookie? What Chris
Colburn?
Yeah, Colburn. They call him Cookie.
Kills it, yeah.
Why they call him Cookie?
I don't remember the reason, but that's been his nickname forever. Cookie or Cookie.
I like it. I like it. Mickey Papa, Jordan Maxim, Trevor Colden, and Nick Tucker. Yeah, Sean Malto.
You tried to say that? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that was the first one I said.
Yeah, it breaks up for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. No, I catched on some of our podcasts. Thank you for clarifying that. I dig this edit so much. Please talk about your thoughts because I just said a mouthful.
I thought it was sick because it's definitely something different, which is always entertaining to watch. I'm sure everyone that's super raw. I think it's probably stupid or something, but I thought it was a cool concept. It's cool that they did it, and it looked like those dudes had fun. The friggin' it did not look easy to skate that. Is when they're dipping. They were going so fast. And it's not the widest thing. I mean, there's obviously enough room to skate everything frontside and backside, but it definitely looked terrifying and fun. That the last thing they do in Malto 50s, that bumped a bar, and then the snowboarder like launches over him was pretty sick.
I believe it does Smith grind.
Oh, was it a Smith? Okay.
I believe Malta does Smith,
Yeah,
and
it was.
And then Davis does this fucking, I don't know if you call that a flare or a 540
just
flare.
Launched. But
yeah.
Yeah, and Cookie killed it. He went all the way down with that front shove down the set. It was so stylish. Yeah, Chris Colburn's super fun to watch. That was rad.
Chris Colburn is a personal favorite of mine now.
And then one other thing I was thinking, like when they were showing, they were in that meeting room, and like Trevor and Sean and whoever else was sitting there talking, was like, it had to be so crazy to like come up with the concept and design it, but then to put that into action and make that whole course in the snow, that just looked so gnarly, like so hard to do. That was sick that it worked out, and the video turned out pretty cool, entertaining.
You know, we're gonna have to. I hate trying to get through this topic because I'm so hyped on it. But there'll be 2 more points I want to make, and then we'll move on because we're running out of time here. I like that Danny Davis and Malto's doubles are so entertaining. When he does that back 5-0 and Danny does that little wall bonk or wall side 50, you want to call it, fucking beautiful. Malto really showed up, and he shows that Sean Malto's a fucking name, and he's back. That ankle injury, that was then. He's back now, and he's fucking destroying it. I love it. Happy to see that he's back.
Slide was back.
Oh, the nose blunt. Thank you. That was another thing that was really impressive. Yeah. I just like the doubles. He was down, and they were feeling it. And that's the last thing I want to say is that all the snowboarding, and I didn't know this, I just assumed this, snowboarders have stolen a lot of skateboarding inspiration for a lot of the names and the tricks that they have. I didn't know that. I kind of knew a little bit because you could see some similarities, you know, the way that they skate rails and, you know, they board slide stuff and like do their 270s. That's all inspired by skateboarding. Fucking cool to see that there's in other disciplines that they respect that. Much love. I appreciate all disciplines, even scooters. And I know that a lot of people might be turned off by that because, you know, snakes and all that, you know, they get those in the fucking way and all that. So they got the handlebars and you take off the handlebars, do the Wes Kramer, so they have something to push under. I'll be frank with you. I mean, I've seen a scooter do a triple backflip. You're still doing something fucking stupid. Fucking gnarly stupid. I mean that in all respects. So it's cool when other disciplines give each other props. Real cool. Jeremy Ray has a new guest model with Enjoy, and it's really cool that he drew that whole series. He's very good with the pin. And the 40 ounce that is under his guest pro model, that is to represent his 40th birthday.
That's right.
Every graphic for every board is it's a drink of some sort, and I really like the little red cup, the little solo cup he drew. He draws it real good, and he said it was all done first try. Check it out.
First try.
That's what he said. It was all first try. Once you, I think I want to be verbatim, but I believe he says that every detail of the cup. I mean, once you learn the flow of the pin, you can get it down. I guess he's just been doing it for so long. Yeah, I think he should. If I was Jeremy Ray, I would try and do some type of cartoon of some sort.
Louis Barletta got a beer pong one.
Yeah, real cool.
Zach Wallen's taking shots.
Push project coming out. First one's supposed to come out on the 25th of this month. Now, if memory serves, the Push projects, isn't it like a series? Like, don't they show like a bunch of episodes until the last of the skateboarding? Isn't that right?
Yeah, at least last year the way they did it was 5 episodes that lead, and then the last one was just like a summary and then the video part.
Right. So I remember I wasn't following the Push project, so in that sense you wouldn't really have to because they sum it all up in the final edit, right?
Yeah, you don't have to, but I enjoy them.
Now the five episodes, is that per skateboarder?
Yeah, and they would do an episode on each week. There'd be
Gotcha.
one on a Tuesday and one on a Thursday.
So I automatically assumed that Nick Tucker was going to get the first one because he posted it, because that's how I learned about it. But it might not be. It might not be. We'll see.
A lot of people, like almost all the dudes, posted that. I think that are in it.
I didn't pay
Sick.
attention.
The lineup is sick.
I guess.
Curran,
I guess we'll go.
Little.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Miles Silvis. Don't forget
Yeah.
that.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, and Beeble. I feel like Beeble's episodes are gonna be so entertaining.
Remember, it's going to be in the park. It's all going to be in the park. It'll be in the gym and he's going straight to the park. Last thing I want to talk about is probably the most entertaining thing that I listened to all week was the Jason Hernandez 9 Club. I think this one trumps Paul Rodriguez episode.
Oh, he beat the Rod?
I think so.
No way.
Because there's a lot of topics that are controversial and much stuff that we could talk about today and stuff that I feel like that needs to be discussed. And I feel like skateboarders are discussing about it also. And that is, and we've talked about it a little bit in the past, and that is the fake spots, the construction of fake spots. Jason Hernandez is infamous for making spots, and they actually call them some of the spots they made, the Jason Hernandez ledges and DIY Jason Hernandez DIYs.
Yeah.
What's your thought on the whole constructed fake spot theory? What's your perspective on it? Because Steve Berra was infamous for doing this a lot in his DVS Skate More part. What are your thoughts about fake spots, or if you will call them fake spots?
Some of them, I don't know. I think it depends. Like if you look at, they mentioned Mike Mo, right? His fully flared under. That's like a little iffy to me. Like if it's at a ledge inside the barracks, like. Yeah, you turn the lights off.
But you didn't. But did you know? Did you know that prior? Did you know that was at the barracks?
It was at the barracks, but I knew it didn't look like a street spot. But I don't know. Okay. It's like, they turn the lights off to make it look sicker.
So now that's brought up to light, because this.
Hold on. First of all, the whole it doesn't count thing is stupid. At the end of the day, you did that trick. So like, you know what I mean? Like you always hear like, oh, is it a skate park? It doesn't count. Like. Okay, you still did such a hard trick. Like they still deserve credit, but it's not the same as doing it in the streets, which I get. And and Jason, they talked about in the 9 Club, like it can be hard getting kicked out and dealing with that. But the other side of that is like, well, that's like that makes every street clip you see, like that makes you appreciate it more, because they had to deal with security and deal with that crack that's in front of the ledge and that it's chunky and it wasn't, you know what I mean, like that it wasn't perfect. But
So does this make you encourage on skate parks to get second to last clips?
I don't want to see it in a skate park necessarily in your video park, but a DIY or something like that.
Well, what's the barracks? The barracks is a skate park.
No, I know. I'm not necessarily.
Shit, it's even worse. It's a TF.
Yeah, it's private.
It gets mopped. It gets mopped up. It gets swept. It's beyond perfect. It doesn't get weathered in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, it's more perfect than a traditional skate park.
Yeah, it is. But if you look at some of those Jason Hernandez ones, he was talking about it's a barrier that he built, like a little channel, like there's tranny, and you go across a channel. A lot of people skate it. Costin, Trevor Colton. It's in Chronicles 3 multiple times and Chronicles 2. That thing is gnarly. That's crazy to skate. That's just like a normal DIY spot. I wouldn't say that's at all a fake spot. But I mean, I think it depends. Sometimes it could be a little iffy, but I don't know. If you do a hard trick,
well, you see what they talked about is because you didn't automatically think that was the barracks. Is that because of the background of lighting?
Yeah, I didn't know it was the barracks.
If it visually looks good in this, and you can't say that that's not true, because I think the visual aspect of our last topic of the snake, what do we call it? Super snake?
Super snake.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, super snake. I think the appeal to that is because if you made that whole construction, regardless if there was snowboarders jumping over you, because you could automatically put in the dirt or whatever. If they just did it on any type of land and made that little construction thing, it wouldn't be as appealing, because there's an element to it, and that's visually appealing to us. So that being said, How about if we just we hit a PQ park and we just do it at the dark time?
Yeah.
Is that cool to get an ender on that?
I wouldn't. I mean, like, it's different.
No, I'm talking about a pro skateboard. Mike,
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I wouldn't
fakey
have
tray
done
out.
it. I would be like, I don't know. It's a video part. Why isn't it in the streets? But I don't know.
Because of the same thing. You're getting kicked out.
Yeah, but that's kind of a part of it. Like, I get both sides. I get, like, you have to deal with this crap when he gets old.
So you wouldn't be hyped
like,
on
that's
it.
what it is. No, I wouldn't be as hyped. I'd still get that a fakey front crook, fakey tray is ridiculous, and all respect him doing that and doing it proper. But at the end of the day, isn't that like a video part supposed to be in the streets?
I agree.
But I don't know. I see both sides. I really do, and I get it. And I get, especially when they're talking about Stoner, because some of the ledges at Stoner, it's like granite or whatever material, and they get a little chunked up, kind of like a street ledge. And Roger was like, "What's the difference between that and going to China?"
Yeah,
which I get. So I don't know. It was interesting. I love listening to it. And when they talked about full lengths, that Nike's not going to do anymore.
That's the next one that I was going to talk about.
Yeah, that was very interesting to hear. And I see both sides of that. And I love hearing about Jason and Roger's concept about like dropping the clips on Instagram. That was very interesting to me.
But what's your take on no more full lengths? Are you
from Nike?
Yeah, what's your?
I love full length. Personally, like, I get the whole like no one has enough attention span thing. Like, that makes sense, you know. Everyone's used to little Instagram videos and short. Personally, I love full length videos. Usually, when a full length drops, I'll probably only watch it all the way through, probably once, maybe twice, and then after that, I'll just skip to certain parts that I'm more hyped on than others.
Right.
But I love full length videos, you know. And some people that are older than me are super hyped on like having the hard copy, and that was never something that I cared about. Like, I just want the video. If I buy it on iTunes, I still have the video.
Oh man,
you know?
that stack right there behind me, those are all skate videos right there. That's a stack. That's a stack of skate videos. I got Almost Round 3, Baker 3, Almost Round 3, if I hadn't mentioned that already. Tony Hawk Trick Tips Volume 2. I see Cataclysmic Abyss. That's a Foundation video. I see the Cliche video. Mystery, Black and White, New Blood, Dying to Live. That's a thing, man. I really like
definitely.
that.
It's definitely a thing.
It's interesting, but I get with the times. I mean, and shit, Roger couldn't have said any better. Nowadays, they sell MacBook Pros. You don't have a DVD drive.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. My computer, I don't have anything to. How am I gonna? I don't own anything to where I could watch a DVD right now.
It's just a product of the times, my friend.
What did you think about what they're saying about, like, you know, you go get a clip, you put the clip on Instagram, and then your video part's pretty much just a compilation of that. Like, the most of footage has been seen already. Do you think that's cool, or that takes away from it?
I personally don't like that idea.
Okay.
I wouldn't. But if they did, I mean,
the way I look at it, it's
if they did, I watch it. I'm gonna watch it regardless. But
you'd be more hyped.
It's really weird for me to see. For me, it's weird to see photos in a magazine that have a lot of people's second to last tricks, or even a lot of times people's enders.
Yeah, no, I don't want the ender. No, I hate that when they freaking you see the photo, the ender in the mag. You're like, well, dude, that sucks. Like, I'm still gonna watch your part and enjoy it, and the footage is always better than the photo. But like, I think the ender should, no matter what, the ender should be.
This is why the skateboard industry and content specifically, because that was your marketing tool. Yeah. It used to work very fucking well back in the day. I could not express that enough for a lot of companies. But now everyone's in a weird period with social media, YouTube, Instagram in particular, and also the day and age of the internet where, you know, everybody's giving their shit to Thrasher in the barracks. It's a very interesting time, and I'd like to see Roger's theory implemented. It sounds like that he knows what he's talking about. He's very confident in it. Sounds like a smart guy. So I don't like the idea because I'm old school. But you know, us old school guys, it's just like the Apple II. Not everybody's ready for it, but the change is here.
Yeah.
That you cannot deny. And it doesn't matter if you like it or not. If you like fucking typewriters, you're gonna be extinct. The resolution for that is death. Steve Jobs said that best.
Yeah.
You may not know how to type,
Yeah,
but
I
then
love that.
the only resolution of that is you're gonna die. And when you're dead, here's the shit. People that were raised on computers, people that were raised on iPhones. I wasn't. I had a flip phone. People didn't have that. My parents didn't have that. They didn't have cell phones. They had pay phones everywhere. They had answering machines. Anywho, what's your the last thing I'll talk about as far as the full lengths is what's your ideal full length where you have your attention? Yeah, time length. What's a good ideal time length?
30 minutes.
I agree.
But I
agree.
I mean, I like away days. I love away days. That's much longer than that. But 30 minutes is good.
It's too long. It's too fucking long.
I think it is long to watch the whole thing. But like I said, I'm only going to watch the whole thing through once or twice. Then I'm just going to skip around.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that weird? It's almost like there is a sense of replay value, but it's only for certain parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I watch away days, I'm going to watch 5 specific parts or something. I don't know how many. But
what's your opinion? What's your opinion on companies selling individual parts for $1?
I mean, it's $1, which is cool, but
yeah, would you?
I don't know. Like, wait,
let's say you rent it. Let's say you rent it.
I mean, I know it's been done, but yeah. Oh, rent it.
Let's say you rent it for a one-time fee of I don't know. You say the purchase is $8. To rent it is $4. And you watch the film one time, and then you say, "Oh, I liked Cardiel's part and Anderson's part. I'm only going to buy those 2 because I'm never going to watch the other one."
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought, yeah, I misunderstood you.
I'll buy the other 2.
Interesting.
I'll buy them for $1. But then at that point, I guess that's interesting because my scenario is that you'll end up spending $6 and you'll only be saving $2 in the long run. So you might as well spend the extra $2.
Have to change the numbers.
I'm no fucking marketing.
Yeah, it's off the top of your head. But that's an interesting concept. I don't know.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
Just a thought. Yeah. But I do think that they proved that Roger brought a good point. It's like you pre-ordered the film, they leaked the film. Everybody had that fucking link. And then when you already locked in the pre-order, they launch it free on YouTube. It's interesting.
I don't understand
Adidas did have a good thing going. That's 100%. I like that their approach it felt very new and fresh, and it made me feel like shit. Away days is like the next. It reminds me of the Fully Flair days and the Pretty Sweet days. Like it was the next big video. It was the next big fucking shit.
Yeah.
Very excited for it. But that sounds like a show, man. Shit, it was just me and you today.
It was. Hey,
I
sent you this link specifically because I figured, there's a chance Drew will avoid this. But did you watch it?
No, I was driving.
You didn't watch the Sage and Sean footage?
No.
I knew it.
Huh?
I knew it.
I mean, you didn't do all the research on my shit, so might as well fucking.
No, there was a few things both ways that we weren't all the way caught up on. But
well, you know what? You go ahead and tell me about it.
All right,
sell me on it, Grant. Sell me on it.
I know. You don't even have to say it anymore, Drew. Sean has Sean's got great style, great trick selection. There's new trick. There's like stuff. You hear the hate. If Mike was here, you'd be hearing it right now. Sean does the same tricks. Sean does the same tricks. No. This is enjoyable to watch. Freaking caveman nose grind pop out on this rail in the bank. It's like bump the bar, but he skates it differently. It's sick. The back Smith on the bump the bar was ridiculous. Backside flips was so much pop. Sage got folded on this one blunt slide. It looked bad. But he got it. Sage was killing it. His ender was actually the ender to this little edit. Which at the end, it's thanks for all the inspiration, Dylan. Like in loving memory of Dylan Rieder, which was super rad. But it's a ledge. Pretty much, it's a ledge that goes up and then it comes down this way. and Sage did tailslide up it and then popped into Smith down this one and then popped out. And it's the same spot and just about the same trick that Jamie Palomar did in the Mafia video.
Oh, yeah? Well, okay.
Which Jamie Palomar did tailslide to Smith 180. But not to take away from Sage. Both of them did it, I mean, a little different because Sage did 180 out, but they both looked so good.
I'll tell you what, I'll watch it. I'll watch it after the podcast.
Hey, dude, and there's a little bit of Andrew Allen has a clip, Abe Diller in there, Kevin Bradley.
They're all on fucking awesome, right?
Yeah, but it's mainly just Sean and Sage.
I'll check it out. Maybe they'll have some Dylan footage on there.
They did not. I wish they had.
No, I mean, like, I feel like that they're gonna come up with stuff that no one's seen.
Oh, like if they were sitting on footage, that'd be sick. That would be really sick.
I mean, FA's already given out a tribute, but I feel like that there's going to be like kind of like a Shane Cross type deal where they'll if they ever make a full length video, or maybe I don't know. I feel like we'll see. I feel like this isn't the last of the footage that we've seen of Dylan Rieder.
Yeah, I hope there's unreleased stuff.
Sound like a show, Grant?
Yeah, except Figgy's B-sides. He's the most raw skater. It's ridiculous to watch that.
Figgy's up for also Skate of the Year.
Yeah, he's Sony contender for sure.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, for Grant Fierro, Michael Medina, who was on here for just 3 minutes, I am Andrew Ariano. Download us on iTunes. We'll catch you guys next week.
Later, skaters. I almost forgot.